Hey guys, it's Brianna here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I just want to quickly introduce myself because you probably clicked on this video because you're also a Disney adult and you just want some tips on how to navigate the parks. So my name is Brianna. I am obviously a bookworm. I promise my background will change in the future, but for now, you're gonna have to deal with my bookshelves in the background. I mostly make bookish content and do Disney on the side because it is my passion and my true love. But I really wanted to give you guys some tips on how to survive. Basically, I'm gonna give you tips for Disney World because it is the park that I've been to the most recently. I went last summer in July with my best friends and it was amazing. So I figured this would be a really good video to share just kind of my essential items that I will always bring, especially when it is warmer outside and you have to deal with the Florida heat. And if you've ever been to Florida, you know just how hot it is. Or if you live in the South, you know very well that it can be very hot and you need things to survive all the heat. So I'm going to give you 10 of my must-have Disney World items that I really think you need to add to yours if you plan on going on to Disney World this summer. So first up, you need to have some kind of portable charger because if you're anything like me, you are going to basically be filming and taking pictures the entire time, which is obviously going to drain your battery. My biggest recommendation is to get a fuel rod. It looks like this. You can actually get a pack of these on Amazon. I think I got like a pack of 2 of them for like less than $30 or something like that. These are great because at the parks, they actually have refill stations. So once it dies, you can go to one of the refill stations and put it in the machine and it'll give you a fully charged one, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about making sure you charge it the night before your next day at the trip. Like you don't have to make sure just the next day you go to the parks or at the end of the night trade it in for a new one. It's really great. But you don't have to have a fuel rod. You can have any other portable charger. There are tons and tons of options on Amazon to get. I would probably stay clear of the really cheap versions because I have had some in the past and they do not hold a charge. They can't even charge my phone to a full battery. So it's basically a waste of money. So I would get, you know, a decently priced one that you know you're going to get your money's worth and that it's actually going to last at least one charge. Next up, like I said, if you are going in June or July, maybe even August, you're going to need something to cool off. My recommendation is to get some kind of like cooling towel. These are amazing. I am very thankful that I brought one of these in July. This was literally a lifesaver. And we had like a little pouch. It came with little pouches. You can get these on Amazon. There's like a pack of like 6 or 8 of them. They're extremely inexpensive and they're really long. Like this is folded up. So it is very long and it is absolutely perfect to keep you cool. It is like a mesh material. I don't know if you can tell. And then it's just like the cooling feature on the back. These are great. They have lots of colors. They're really fun, but I highly recommend getting these because you're gonna wish that you had these. They also sell them at the parks, but of course, because of Disney, they have the upcharge. So you're gonna end up spending a ridiculous amount on a towel you can easily get on Amazon and get like 6 or 8 of them, probably for the price of one of them at Disney. I would recommend getting these if you want to at least save some money and not have to hunt them down in the parks. Third thing goes along with the heat. You need to get yourself a little personal fan. This one's great. I love it because it goes on both sides of your neck and then you can adjust it to blow on your face. This was amazing to have. It has multiple settings on this specific fan. There are so many options. They have really cute ones that have like a little Mickey head on it, like a little personal fan that you can hold. I like this one because I don't have to sit there and like hold it. I literally would have it just blowing on my face the entire time. It was perfect. You could have it at a very low setting just to kind of give you a breeze throughout the day. You can have it at the high setting. Like I said, it's great. And it also can compact down, which is great to fit in your bag if you need to put it away because you're going on a ride. Whatever, it's perfect. Highly recommend. Fourth thing is a chafing stick of some sort. Again, you're probably gonna be wearing dresses, shorts. The one thing that you don't want to do is be really uncomfortable when you're going to be walking probably, I'm going to say a minimum of 20,000 steps a day. There's going to be a lot of walking. I would invest in a little chafing stick. This is probably my biggest regret. Last summer, I sadly did not take one but you better believe the next time I go, I will be bringing one and making sure I have it with, just to reapply throughout the day, because this is going to be a necessity next visit. Next thing, I don't really have one, but wet wipes. You're gonna be snacking throughout the day, getting Mickey pretzels, all the things, churros. It's really hard to go scour down a bathroom, go wash your hands. It's really nice just to have like a little personal wipe that you can just easily wipe off your hands. Maybe you found a table that you want to sit down at that is just one of those quick restaurants or whatever, and you just want to quickly wipe down the table. This is the easiest way to do it. Next up is for the girls, hair ties. It is the most annoying thing, one, when your hair tie breaks. I don't know about you, but I have some of those hair ties that after a while they just break because of overtime and just the strain of holding up my hair. They break. I highly recommend keeping at least one extra hair tie in your bag somewhere, fanny pack, somewhere on your hand. Have an extra hair tie. If you're somebody who loves to get all dressed up for pictures and everything, and then by the time you're done you're like, hair's up, let's go, I highly recommend keeping a hair tie with you just in case, because last thing you want to do is be sweating and your hair is sticking to you and you wish you had a hair tie. Better to have it and not need it, and then be in the situation where you need a hair tie and you don't have one. Next thing, I highly recommend staying hydrated. You can bring in your own cups. Highly recommend bringing a cup beforehand. There are so many options. Definitely do this. Do not be like me. I still brought my own cup and I still bought all the stupid water bottles. They are extremely expensive, and I'm somebody, I drink a lot of water. So I spent way too much money on water bottles, which I don't know why. They do have free refill stations throughout the parks, and most, if not all, restaurants give out free water. I just was not smart, but please don't take my advice on that part. But definitely invest in some liquid IV. These are perfect to, you just make sure you're drinking enough, you know, you're staying hydrated and everything. I really like these. They have so many different flavors. You can literally get them anywhere now. They even sell them at Walmart. I buy them directly from Liquid IV's website, but they are fantastic. You can probably, depending on how you want it to taste, you can put one of these in an entire water bottle or split it up and put it into two. That is totally your preference, but I personally always bring these. Like, I had 2 or 3 of them in my bag each day to make sure that I was drinking enough water. It was a goal to make sure I drank one of these a day, because the last thing I wanted to do was be dehydrated in Disney World during the summer. So please take something to stay hydrated. Next thing, if you know anything about Disney World, it rains all the time, especially in the summer because of hurricane season. I highly recommend investing in some kind of rain poncho. Do not be suckered into getting one at the parks. Yes, they're cute because they have Mickey on it, they're great and everything, but it's also great to have for when you're at home and maybe you need it. It's great. And don't judge my packing, but I have one. I think it's the Frog Tog brand. It is literally a big old poncho. This thing was amazing for the days that it did rain. There was one day we were in Epcot. It was like torrential downpour for a good 10 minutes. We had to stand under a pavilion and wait out the rain, and this thing came really in handy because obviously it was raining really hard, but this helped kind of keep most of the water off. It has a hood and everything. It had a lot of extra space, so I was able to have my little backpack underneath it and I didn't have to worry about getting my backpack soaking wet. So highly recommend investing in some kind of rain poncho. And once, if I folded it up correctly and had the time, it actually can save a lot of space. But again, I was being really lazy when I put it back, and I just have been really lazy to put it in here correctly, but it does save space, so I highly recommend getting one. Next thing is, this is definitely a personal preference. Another thing that I think it's all Disney parks that are doing this. I just know because I've been to Disney World the most recently, and they are doing a thing to be eco-friendly, which is great. But I know that this is a really big complaint for a lot of the community. They don't like the paper straws. That is definitely a personal preference. I don't mind them, but until my drink starts to get, like, I've had it for a while, then the straw gets kind of gross. It is great for the environment, which is great. I personally would recommend bringing some kind of reusable straw. I'm going to invest in other ones the next time I go. I just have these like metal straws, which probably aren't the best option. I would want to get like collapsible ones to save space. I just have one of these that's kind of like a little plastic silicone one. Again, I would buy ones that can compact down to fit in the bag and save space. But definitely bring your own straws, especially if you don't like the paper straws. I highly recommend bringing your own straws. Okay, the very last thing on my list, it sounds funny, but it's actually a first aid kit. I highly recommend bringing a small little first aid kit with like ibuprofen or Tylenol, whichever you prefer, Advil, whatever, Band-Aids. Like I said, you're going to be walking a lot in Disney World and you're probably going to get blisters on your feet. I also recommend do not buy brand new shoes. Don't wear them until you get to the park. You will guarantee to have blisters and you're going to be in a lot of pain. Break your shoes in before you go. That way you do not get blisters as easily as you would normally. But definitely bring some kind of first aid kit just in case they do happen. They obviously do have first aid at the park, but it's a lot faster for you to just pull it out of your bag, take some medicine if you need it, put a Band-Aid on, and you're good to go. Instead of having to track down where the medical unit is and having to ask them, it's a lot easier if you just have like a small little Ziploc bag of the little necessities you need. On Amazon, they have a ton of like little pill organizers. You can even condense it down or just buy like the little travel size and have like the little teeny bottle. Highly recommend having some form of a little first aid kit for just those situations where you never know and it's kind of inevitable. You're probably gonna get a headache because it's a lot and it's a lot of fun. But those are my top 10 must need that you need to make your trip to Disney World. Let me know if you guys have any other must needs. Let me know what you think about this video. I really hope you guys stick around because I do have some really fun content coming very soon and I'm really excited. All of my social media links are down in the description if you want to see what else I'm doing. But until my next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.